Hey all, Kurt Sasso here from TGT Web Comics. We're at Kids Read Comics. We're here today with John. How are you doing today, John?
I'm doing good. Doing well.
You know, this is a great event. There's a lot of kids around. It's a energy-filled atmosphere, you know, and we're here today talking about Quicken Forbidden, talking about Teen Boat, talking about everything that you do as the artist here.
Okay.
But let's start off with the most recent project, I think, is Teen Boat. Is that correct?
Yeah, Teen Boat is an ongoing mini-comic that the writer of my previous comic, Quicken Forbidden, and I, we came up with this idea of a teenager who can turn into a boat. It's almost like Spider-Man, only instead of the powers of a spider, he has the powers of a boat. And it's very much like it's a teen angst. You know, the tagline is the angst of being a teen, the thrill of being a boat. Because all the same pitfalls that a teenager runs into, instead of having, you know, pimples, he gets barnacles. He's got, you know, the bully, the pressure to be popular, and kids want to take advantage of his powers, you know, so they'll they want to go on boat trips or go into international waters to gamble, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then he'll encounter pirates, you know, which, you know, a normal teenager doesn't encounter that much. But, you know, when you're a boat, that's something you have to worry about, you know, and icebergs, you know.
Yeah, of course, because, you know,
they're a threat. Icebergs are a threat to boats. They're out to get them. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, well, the Titanic didn't heed the iceberg threat of whatever year. But, you know, talk a little bit about Quicken Forbidden. Well, talk a bit about Quicken Forbidden, because you have like four amazing comics here. That looks beautiful.
Yes, we have a whole bunch. We've actually have 13 issues and 2 trade paperbacks of Quicken Forbidden, also known as Jack's Epic and the Quicken Forbidden. It's kind of a science fiction take on Alice in Wonderland. It's about a teenage girl who follows a rabbit into a magical realm, and she decides to take a little bit of magic back to New York, and by doing so, like, she kind of tears a hole in the fabric between reality and fantasy, and most of it is all about her trying to fix the problem that she created. So you've got science fiction stuff like robots and mad scientists, and you've got fantasy elements like dragons and wizards, and it's, you know, it's kind of crazy story that's a little all over the place. But again, we have a teenage protagonist that goes through the troubles of, at the same time, you know, dealing with a, you know, boyfriend and, you know, school and all that sort of stuff.
She reminds me a little bit about Agatha from Girl Genius Online, at least her style does.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember, like, we actually started putting this out back in like '96, and I think Girl Genius, at least the first time I encountered it was, you know, maybe shortly after that or so. I know Phil Folio had the character probably for a while, but you end up running into a lot of kind of red-headed, bespectacled girl protagonists. I don't know. I'm not sure where the actual appeal is. I think partly, one, in comics, you know, orange can be a very vibrant color, and it's, you know, it's not brown, it's not yellow, so you get orange. It's more colorful. So that could be part of it. But I also I do a little work in video games, and there's a video game company that they have a franchise called the Blackwell Chronicles, and their main character also looks exactly like this. It's a girl with glasses, she's got red hair, and she travels to different dimensions and solves crimes. And it's like the same thing. And totally unrelated creators, and just discover we've kind of created this. It's like an iconic, I guess, character for a, you know,
I think it harkens back to the whole Barbara Gordon aspect of the red.
Maybe, yeah. You know, there's something about the geekiness, the intelligence, the vibrance of the orange hair, I guess, too.
You know, how long have you been working in the art industry here?
Professionally, nearly 20 years. As for doing comics specifically, I pretty much got a job right out of college, and then started working for Disney. I was at Disney Adventures magazine for about 10 years, and that closed, and been doing some work for like publishers like Scholastic and First Second, and continuing to do some Disney stuff. I'm working on comics for Phineas and Ferb, the cartoon on the Disney Channel, but self-publishing I've been doing for a long time, like Teen Boat and Quicken Forbidden. Another comic I do called Space Office, which is like Office Space but in space, so I take it to that next level.
Well, you know, kids that come up to the table here, they see your beautiful artwork and everything like that. You know, what advice, since you've been in the industry for a while, can you give them personally?
Mostly, I guess just to keep doing it. Like as a kid, you want to tap into that real just desire to do it. You're a kid. You don't have bills to pay. You don't have any real other responsibility other than maybe homework and taking out the trash or mowing the lawn, whatever chores you have. And if you are serious about it and want to draw comics, then just sit down and draw comics, and you keep doing it, you'll get better. Put your stuff out there, show it online. You know what? When you start to get to that point where it's like, okay, I want to seek out professional work. Like editors and art directors, they like to see someone that is doing what they want to do and knows what kind of artist they want to be. They want to see confidence. They don't want to see someone who's like, oh, this isn't my best work, or I don't know what I'm doing yet, or they want to see someone who knows what they're doing and has something to show and says like, I started this project and I finished it, and then I did the next thing, I started it and finished it. And so just having that dedication, and every artist is going to have self-doubt. Every artist is going to question whether or not they can hack it, and that's tough for any artist to overcome, but sometimes you just have to say, like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to be happy. So you just have to do it then.
And for those that want to see some of your other works online, do you have a website?
Yeah, you can go to www.johngreenart.com, or you can go to comicsbakery.com, which is a art collective that I am one of 4 members of.
Who are the other 3?
The other 3 are Dave Roman, the writer of Teen Boat and Quicken Forbidden, my wife, Marian Vitus. She does a book called Squid and Whale, which I have here, as well as No In Between, which she has online, and Raina Telgemeier, who is Dave's wife, who does Smile and Babysitter's Club and some other things.
All great artists and authors and creators in their own right.
Indeed we are.
And it's a good comic bakery at that, for sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this interview. I hope you have wonderful success at this event and events in the future, for that matter.
Thank you very much. Good to meet you.